I've taken management course with survival strategies and a modified referral course. Well, I really came to get the management course because I was a one-man show and I knew that I wanted to open a second facility. And I couldn't figure out how I was going to be in two places at one time. So I figured even though I have my MBA, I have to somehow be able to integrate more than what I learned in college because it really wasn't helping me at that point. So I looked further and I found that Survival Strategies had the management course, and that was going to enable me to put control in my business, and that I'd be able to step outside, not having to worry about putting out the fires there, and how to justify that the people were doing what they were supposed to be doing by stats. Oh, it was amazing putting the management program in, because after that, well, it was basically the training. You come down and you do how many days that's set up for your program, and then when you go back, they walk you through it every week on the phone with your consultant. And so for all the misunderstoods you had, or not knowing how to use the volumes of information that they gave you and feeling so overwhelmed, that you were able to actually outflow now and actually teach the people in your facility how to use the technology step by step by step. I really had an issue being a woman in business. I had an issue with going to doctors and being able to, it was the good old boys, and being able to get in there and know what to say. I felt uncomfortable. I didn't want to buy them lunch. I couldn't take them out because I was a female and they were mostly male doctors when I started. That's such a change now. And I wasn't sure how to deal with the fixed ideas, and what do you say to someone when they tell, well, I know what to do, why do I need a physical therapist? And sometimes we'd get stuck, so I would sort of retreat and not go visit the doctors, and I was looking for another way. How can I get past that barrier? I didn't have the confidence to go. And then after the program, I felt more confident, and that I was able to make the phone calls or eventually hire staff that was able to do all that. I started out as the one-man show, and now I have staff and executives that are trained to do this, and I can go treat patients just the way I wanted to. That's why I am a physical therapist. Not only myself, but it brings my staff into being a more ethical person in life. It basically being able to follow the technology, it comes into your personal life as well. In other words, if this works for my business, it's got to work for my personal life as well. And people are interested, like, wow, if you're growing successfully in your job, you should be, you see it all happening all around you. You could spend more time with your family, you can hire more people to work for you. It doesn't have to be all about you. And learning that there are other people who could be as good as you if you know how to train them, if you teach them the right technology. They're willing to go, hey, this is a team event. This isn't just about, it's Cindy's practice, I have to see Cindy. We changed the name of the practice so we can encompass everyone, that they didn't feel like, well, I'm second band because she, it's her name on the building. And we were able to build the practice that way and get everybody involved. And they're excited. They're always excited about coming to the conferences. The best is getting everybody together and speaking to the round table and the panel. Those are the best, the dream team. And now that I'm on the dream team, it doesn't get better than that. You just learn over and over and over, more and more, and picking people's brains. And the technology is there, but it's not just like a textbook technology. It's sort of like, here it is, and how do other people implement it? And that to me is the most important thing, because, what happens in California and Wisconsin and Idaho, it might be a little different in New York. And it might not work that way. So if I could interview each one of the owners and say, hey, this is a technology, we all use the same, but how does this work for you? It actually comes together a little better, because then I can make it work for me. It's my own. I was able to feel comfortable knowing that I can open a second practice and be able to justify numbers. See, before I would just go, oh, I feel like I'm going to do this. If I open a place, they will come. And that does happen, but I have the intention of doing that. But knowing and having, it was too, it wasn't organized. And now it's organized. There's actually a technology that we follow, and that is what makes the big deal. So we can have meetings. We have meetings for the front desk staff and the administrative staff. We have physical therapy meetings. Then we have meetings for everybody all together. And we can bonus them. There's a salary. There's meaning to everything. There's always a place that you can look up the question that you have or call your consultant. So it's made a really big difference, because I feel very organized and certain that I know I can do this and that there's an answer to everything. And to see other therapists who started where I was and now they've built practice after practice after practice. Or maybe that's not, it doesn't have to be 13 practices. Maybe 2 practices will be enough, but that I can have the success that I could step away and still continue to give back to my community, which we've been doing a lot of, and finding out what other owners are doing to give back to their community and just feel really good about yourself. People always say, what do you do? How is it that you are so successful? What is it And it's funny because it's sort of like, you want to learn how to market, you have to go talk to Cindi, or, you know, she just knows the right things to do. And it's just, it's not me. I didn't invent this. This is just the technology that I'm using. And so basically, if you want to learn how to be successful without reinventing the wheel, as they say, the technology is there. The surveys, you're paying for that, and that's fine, because you eventually could be in your practice for 30 or 40 years before you figure out all these things. And by that point, you know, you're too old to treat, and you can't enjoy it. So here you are saying, okay, I'm going to pay you to be my consultant, and you're going to teach me all the right things to do right from the beginning, so that when I say go, everything goes in the right fashion. We don't have to make all those mistakes and get burned. And I just think it's a terrific technology. I like coming out to California just so I can be around such up-toned people. I really feel that they're certain about their jobs. The turnover is not big here. Like, you always see the same people when you're coming in. If you have a question, they'll always answer your questions. It's not like, okay, we've got your money and that's it. Or if you're not prepared to pay for a course, you know, they understand that. They're not pushing you. It's right. It's got to be right for you. It's about making it better for you. And I really feel that they care. That's really the big thing. And if something didn't go right, they'll continue on with teaching you. Maybe you didn't get it. Maybe something was misunderstood. Maybe we need to go over that again. They'll continue the training until you get it right. Well, I actually was curious about this because I wanted to know who he was, because I thought this was such terrific technology. I said, you know, I don't really know much about this. I've heard the word Scientology. I don't know anything about that. And so the first time that I came to California, I actually went to his museum because I was curious. Nobody told me to go. They didn't even know I was going, actually. And I was curious to know about this man. And I was just amazed when I went through to see all the different things that he's done in his life. Like, it's just so amazing to me that one person can do so much and know so much and be involved in so many different aspects, you know, from the movies to book writing to but the business technology was the biggest thing. And then knowing how to, even personally in your life, if you choose to. But the thing is, that is so good about survival strategies is that I don't feel that anyone ever brings up a religion. If that's not what you want, you ask a question, then they'll answer you. But it's never ever been brought up in any aspect. It's totally business related, and it's very professional. So I have more staff now, and as a matter of fact, they're making it so convenient because as much as I love coming out to California, I have 2 PR and marketing staff, and one of them won't fly. So we're actually going to bring a consultant to New York to work with us, and I'm going to take them to a place we can drive to, maybe some hotel or, you know, or in another state, and just so that we can all be somewhere and have that same sort of feeling. Training, when you put the technology in, it works. And I will say that as soon as you don't have your phone calls, if the technology starts going out where you feel like you need to take a breather, your stats will go down. You have to keep the technology in. And the greatest thing is that they have review courses once a year, and to bring the staff out that can come to do that is the biggest plus, and no charge. I mean, I just think that's the greatest thing. But keeping the technology in is a very big thing. And your consultant keeps you on track in what you need to do. Otherwise, it's like, oh, we forgot about this, let's put that in. Well, we put that in, now they forgot about this. So there's actually a method in how to keep this technology in, and you have to use it. It works.